Moran Stella Yanai went to the Nova Music Festival in Israel on October 7th to sell her handmade jewelry. She hoped that sales at the big venue would boost her career, but then came the Hamas terror attack, which Yanai fled, running and walking for 5 hours, avoiding capture twice before she was taken hostage. Moran Stella Yanai joins us live in studio tonight, along with pro-Israel activist and TikTok star Montana Tucker. Thank you both for coming in. Moran, to you first. I mean, your story is horrifying. We're told it captured 3 times on October 7th. You were held for 7 weeks. First of all, I think we should know, how are you now, Moran? What is it like in your life? How are you right now?
Well, my life is a whole new different reality for me. I'm getting to know my life all over again. I'm getting to know myself. I get to know how strong I am and how smarter I become in time. And since my release, so it's a learning time now.
For the days you were there, Moran, what was the worst part of being in captivity?
Be left alone, being forgotten, thinking that nobody's fighting for us because we didn't get to see or hear information. So I think that the worst case scenario is to be left alone and to be forgotten.
Yeah, it's just horrifying. Montana, you went to the Nova Music Festival site, you went back to Israel, Moran was there, and we want to play some of the video there. You were with other survivors of the festival. Play some of this video, and then we'll listen to Montana.
We can dance on the walls. We can dance in slow motion. We can dance till we fall. We can dance with the stranger.
It's got a zillion views on social media. It should have. Why was it so important to go? Why was it so important to dance?
Since the 7th, I have met so many survivors, Moran being one of them, and I have just been deeply moved by their stories, and I felt that it was time that I physically went to the site. I also believe that dance and music can speak when words can't, and there's so much misinformation online, so much propaganda, and also a lot of people just want to scroll past a video that is talking about the conflict, but I felt that I could portray the message and really get people to understand what truly happened through dance. Yeah. And before I did the video, I asked Moran and other survivors if they were comfortable with me doing this, if they felt okay doing this, and the fact that she is strong enough and the other survivors were strong enough to go back to the site and be there and do this shows how strong they are, resilient they are, and shows that we can dance again, and it really made a big impact.
And it's important because you know what it's like, Moran. Do you know what it's like to fear for your life every single day? And I wonder, when you speak to the families of current hostages, what do you tell them? How do you instill some kind of hope in them?
I try to tell them what helped me survive, what helped me inside, that being grateful every single day that I'm still alive, that I still have the strength to get up and to protect my friends, and to be rejecting to them trying to break me mentally 24/7. I didn't have, like I said, the information, so everything they said is supposed to be the new truth of my life. So I tell the families, think of them strong, think of them as they have as much as faith to hold on and keep on. That's what I want to believe.
This is for both of you. Montana, you first. When you see these anti-Israel, anti-Semitic protests happening every day across the country, what do you think about your country in these protests?
I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. These protests are not just anti-Israel. They're anti-American protest as well. And I think over time, eventually, the whole world is going to wake up. And I think slowly but surely they are. But they're not just burning Israeli flags. They're burning American flags. And people really need to start waking up and realize this is a global problem. And it's in the schools. It's in the workplace. It's not even just in colleges. It's in middle schools, high schools. And that's why I will not stop doing the work that I'm doing, so that people really continue to wake up.
What would you say to these protesters, Moran, if they knew who you were and what you went through? What's the message you want to convey to these people?
So first of all, I want to strengthen what Montana just said. I just want the world to see that they choose violence at any time they have to speak. They choose violence, and if I can speak with them, I really want to say that we are here to listen. If you have something to say, I'm here to listen, and I will be more happy than happy to try to work this communication between us, to try to understand what do you want. Speak your words. Don't choose violence instead.
What about Hamas? Moran, what would you say to the world? Elizabeth Pipko asked us this. What would you say to the world about Hamas?
First of all, Hamas is a Hamas. There is no word to describe this organization. Any other word will be insult to say. Hamas is a Hamas, and it's a different word. The world needs to see. I don't understand how people till today are still standing and advocating this part of people, this kind of people, advocating for do not have a choice, you don't have freedom, you don't have a place to live at, because everybody in here is prisoners. Everybody is hostages in this story. I want to tell the world that Hamas will go down. There is another group that will come after them. I want to show the world that they need to be educated to act differently. You can't have the same lesson over and over again and with the same outcome and not choose differently.
She's very strong, Montana.
She's the strongest. She inspires me every day to keep going.
Yeah, it really is. Montana Tucker, great to have you on. Ron, so great to have you on.
Thank you so much.
Welcome home. We are so glad you're doing well.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.